Hi, and welcome to another episode of Suave podcast with Divyaa Advani. I'm Divyaa Advani, an image consultant, etiquette, and a soft skills coach, and also the founder of the brand Suave. I'm also an author of the book called 101 Tips and Tricks to Enhance and Upgrade Yourself and Your Image, which is available on Amazon worldwide. I'll put the link in the description box below. Today on my show, I have with me Swetapadma Mohanty, who is the founder of Business Leadership League, which started back in 2019. So let's hear it from the woman herself. Hi Shweta, thank you so much for coming on the show today. So why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Thank you, Divya, for inviting me, for having me here, and this is a lovely chance for me to communicate and talk about what we do, our purpose, and thank you.
You're most welcome. So yes, so how did you start your journey, and why did you start with your entrepreneurship? Why BLL?
Okay. So very quickly, I will talk about. I am an instrumentation engineer with my MBA from Symbiosis International University, marketing, hardcore marketing student. I worked. That's how I landed from Orisa all the way to Pune and then Bombay.
Oh, lovely.
I started working with Indian Market Research Bureau and 10 years of consulting, B2B consulting experience. Worked, looked at various business models, had a lot of interactions in the market, always dealing with consumers, channel partners, and various products, various target audiences. And that was a lot of immense learning. And then after 10 years, I always felt that, I had the desire inside me that I should do something of my own. And then there was small episode of illness, physical illness. I had a bout of I was not keeping well, too much of traveling all over the country, and a lot of obviously, when you are into consulting, you are dealing with very large corporates, a lot of assignments, a lot of work. So I thought I wanted to take a back seat and maybe look at things.
Right.
Because 10 years I was working. So that's when I took a break. And then I decided, okay, now let me take this opportunity to start something. And then what? Obviously, I'm not somebody who had passion for entrepreneurship when I started. I come from a very different background. We are a family of professionals, people from Eastern India, that like everybody knows in the country. We are not known for our entrepreneurship. So there was no plan as such. But then when I understood, when I thought that because being a researcher, I always think that planning, understanding what you want to do yourself, the market, doing all of that at the preliminary stage is very important before you get and commit into something.
Absolutely.
And that's what I did when I took a pause. And I joined a lot of networking platforms, wonderful organizations, which gave me a perspective on how, startups, businesses behave, what is happening. Because I came from a very different world where we deal with very large companies. So that's when this idea of creating a platform where we could really help the Indian businesses, the entrepreneurs, who obviously did not have huge funds to run their businesses, but have still built rock solid businesses. And there is so much help that we could do, bring them together on a platform, empower them, and by this way transform our economy and country as a whole.
Right.
That's how, and with this idea, we launched our platform, Business Leadership League.
Lovely. So how difficult or how easy was it for you to, get a few people onboarded on BLL?
Divya, when we started with Business Leadership League, if you look at our business model, and if you take little time watching our videos, going through our website and our social media handles, it's a very different concept. We are not a typical association or a chamber representing an industry, talking about a particular geography. Neither are we a networking platform where we have chapters and groups meeting regularly.
Right.
So our platform is very, very different, and that's where the initial struggle and the challenge has been. Because we are creating somewhere where you don't have anything to get compared to. So always when we went out to the market, people thought, अच्छा आप chamber हो, आप networking platform हो, but actually हम दोनों में से एक भी नहीं है.
Correct.
We are a platform which is bringing MSMEs from all over the country into manufacturing, into services from various industrial pockets together on one platform. And what we are doing at this platform is to give visibility to these businesses, visibility at personal level and at the corporate level also. So this is a concept, is very new. It was a great challenge, making people buy this concept. But God is kind, and entrepreneurs, because I have been dealing with entrepreneurs since 2019 very closely, now that we have this community of 1200 entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are people, they have a lot of clarity.
Yeah.
Once they see passion and commitment and a purpose to some work that somebody is doing, they actually support you wholeheartedly.
That's
And
true.
I have been really lucky to get support of such entrepreneurs in my initial days, and that's how we have grown.
Right.
With a lot of strong referrals and a lot of strong relationships that we have built over 4 years.
Lovely. So getting 1200 people onto your platform, like you rightly mentioned just now, what has been your journey? What was did you have to see any ups and downs? Because of course when you come across in a community so huge, and that time you have to work with so many different kind of people, different mindsets. So there must have been times where you would have felt that maybe something is not working, or maybe something is working so beautifully. So might as well use this specific technique to get other entrepreneurs. So how was that journey of yours?
I think a very, very relevant question, but a very deep question as well. So, because like I said, what you exactly said, we have always discovered and we are discovering in the process what works and what is not working. And this is a very constant and evolving process.
Mhm.
So, the business model of Business Leadership League has come out based on the feedback of our customers, of our members, of all stakeholders on where is the need gap. And we never wanted to be a me too business. कि ये
Right.
easy है, हो रहा है, need है, चलो कर लो. So this originality has constantly made us evolve and do different things, and that's how in our 4 year journey, if you see all our initiatives like Indian Business Inspiration Stories,
Mhm.
like our own magazine Heads Up, our own online portal ICAM, these are all products have come out based on the feedback and ground check on realities that we have done. And answering your question, yes, it was very difficult because when we started in 2019, it was just few months before COVID, and you know how COVID has hit us
Right.
all, and we were a very young business. We thought हम पहले नवी मुंबई ये सब करेंगे, and suddenly we were taken क्या करें कैसे करें. But like I said, which all of us know, that if you are committed, you just don't give up.
Correct.
We went online, we designed our own platform, we started doing Zoom sessions, we completely switched to online, we connected with entrepreneurs from all over the country, and that gave us a base, that grew our base,
Mhm.
that helped us foster a lot of relationships. And that is how, once the COVID ended, and we were all able to come out, and the last year where we have seen maximum growth,
Right.
because we just put our head down and worked when we had no clue क्या होने वाला है, where we are going. We were very sure that what we are doing, there is a genuine need, and we knew who our target audience is, and we knew कि हमें क्या problem solve करना है. And when we did that consistently, we are reaping the benefits, and the community has grown. But yes, there's been a lot of hard work, a lot of rejections, and a lot of self monitoring and self evaluation, discussion. A lot of things we have tried, failed, picked up, worked on it, and a lot of things have worked also, on which we are building from here.
Right. So you mentioned about having a business model for yourself. You mentioned about having your own magazine and app that you've created. So what was the idea behind doing that, and what is it that our viewers can expect from the magazine that you have, and is it available for people everywhere all across, or is it a certain set of people who are a part of Business Leadership League who get to see those things?
Okay. Now, Divya, when I talk about Business Leadership League, we are very clear that as a platform, we want to be one of the strongest platforms in the country. And you know that MSME SMEs is a very, very big and unorganized segment in this country. And we are catering to that segment.
Right.
So, when you ask me a question like website, a portal like IKEAM where people register, they can see each other, or the magazine, these have all been created to have that kind of reach, and where members are able to connect with each other, because we are not running a small community. Everything has to technology. Without technology, we cannot,
cannot
run
perform.
the kind of platform
Yeah.
we want to build. So with that thought and asking this question, yes, all except our portal where people, all the businesses registered with us are there, but our magazines and all other properties are on in form of digital and physical. So you go to YouTube, you go to our social media handles, you can access all of these resources and content. while also because we do a lot of events, and you have been to our last event.
And it was a beautiful one and
Thank
really
you.
nicely organized.
Thank you. So we do these very large format events, smaller ones also, but large format events. So that's where we actually reach out with our the physical copies of our magazines, and the purpose is that because these magazines, these directories, what we call BLL heads up, this is all the businesses listing their products and services, talking about their growth plans.
Right.
So our idea is online तो जाता ही है, बट क्योंकि हम ऑफलाइन करते हैं, इतने लोगों के साथ जुड़ते हैं, we have so many partner networks, so many different places, so we also try and see that एक physical copy हर किसी के ऑफिस पहुंच जाए and लोगों के पास पहुंच जाए, so that they can take action, people can connect, and growth and interactions and collaborations can happen.
Lovely. That's a really noble job that you're doing, and helping so many entrepreneurs is definitely not an easy task. And I have seen this lady work her way up to where she is being today. And even at the event that I met her at, and she had organized this event called the Business Leadership Week, which I recently attended, the way the entire flow went, and also one very important and a beautiful thing that I liked in this event was that they were showcasing people and their stories about how they started, where they were, and where they have reached today. So this platform is definitely giving people a lot of insights over MSMEs, SMEs, and also how they are working their way up. So Shweta, firstly, what made you think that of course you have had your own journey, and you even collaborated with so many people and have got them on their platform, on your platform. So what inspired you looking at, so what is the inspiration that you got looking at these people and their journey?
Divya, when you ask me this, obviously it's a business model that we are, the business that we are running, but we are very clear on what we want to do. We have wonderful coaches and a lot of good coaches and trainers in this country who are helping businesses.
Right.
We are very clear that as a platform, we want to focus on how do we present the wonderful work that these businesses are doing on a national, international scale to other business, to various stakeholders, personal journeys, ये कैसे दिखाएं. So everything in our platform is around creating the right formats, the visibility, and that is what you saw in the event.
Yes.
So we completely own it. It's all created, designed, thought through by us, and our job is to make it work for our member companies. Now, in this process of meeting people, जो stories हमने showcase की है, but there have been far more interactions. We also have our advisory council. We have so many mentors, guides, people who advise, who help us with their network connections. So personally, I don't know where to start, but that's what I think keeps my energy levels and that focus and commitment very high.
Right.
Because when I meet these people, I see the kind of background some of them have come from, completely zero to hero stories, and they're so comfortable in their space. They have built wonderful businesses, profitable businesses, which
Right.
have grown organically without investment. A lot of them are balance sheets are very positive. The company is cash rich. They have taken care of their employees over a long period of time. The kind of relationship they have with their suppliers, partners, their own employees, the workers in manufacturing setups. And apart from running a business, the kind of work they have done for society, being part of various platforms, associations, helped upcoming entrepreneurs like me, and the kind of money and time they put into social causes. So many facets I see.
Right.
Somebody is I have seen people very attached to environment, somebody attached to the cause of others, women, social causes, and in spite of all that they do, they still find time to manage all of this. A lot of them are so high on energy, childlike enthusiasm, so much zeal,
Right.
and vision for the future. When I look at all of that, I get very inspired. I feel that this is the talent and this is the leadership in a country like India.
Correct.
And that Indian businesses which are working among a lot of constraints, a lot of policy constraints, financial constraints, market constraints. These are not typically the global companies who have everything to their access. And a lot of them don't have visibility also for the kind of work they are doing. बहुत innovation भी हो रहा है, तो ये सब जब देखती हूँ ना, I feel that this is what entrepreneurship is all about. Constantly doing and improving and always looking towards the future, irrespective of what the world thinks, and recognition and everything else does not matter. It is about the impact that you create. So when I meet all these people and interact with them, there is so much that I learn from each of them. And so I always feel that apart from building a business like Business Leadership League, personally, I'm a very lucky person. Ho gaya by chance that I have put myself in a space where my work makes me interact with these people and get inspired and learn constantly from all of them.
Right. So, when you talk about being inspired by these people and how they started small and how they have had their journey, you get to see that. So, now that you are an entrepreneur yourself, how would you correlate your corporate life and your entrepreneur life?
So I sometimes I think and look back at the Shweta I was when I was working, and I sochti hu, am I the same person? Because obviously your fundamental characteristics don't change. I was
Right.
always very passionate, full of energy. I wanted to contribute to my team always. वो तो पहले से ही था. But it was very much still transaction oriented. I had very limited set of responsibilities.
Right.
Working hours were limited, and you had that switch off mechanism. But today I feel so much responsible for everybody who works with me, for people, all my vendors, partners, my team people, my customers. I feel so much committed. Today, that is one thing, where there is a very seamless engagement,
Right.
involvement with your work. Passion to hai, we all know कि passion के बिना you cannot
You
last a
cannot.
day.
That's true.
But most importantly also is that sense of responsibility towards your work. Because once you become an entrepreneur, you don't have anybody to go to. देखो मुझसे नहीं हुआ,
Yeah.
अब मैं क्या करूँ? So there constantly you have to always figure out answers. But आपने अगर किसी को कुछ commitment किया है और you're working with people, you have to stick to it.
Right.
So you have to solve your own problems. You always have to see the glass full.
Correct.
You always have to have a plan B, plan C, until all the alphabets also will. So वो constantly आपको करना पड़ेगा. Because for an entrepreneurship, going and saying to somebody कि मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है, it's not a solution. Yes,
Right.
you have help in form of coaches, guides, mentors, but still there's so many problems and challenges that you face, and you have to take them up and solve, and you can't say कि नहीं यार मुझसे नहीं होगा.
Absolutely.
So I think that's the greatest difference for me.
Okay,
It's the greatest change in myself.
Right.
I don't complain anymore.
Which
I
is
find
a good thing.
solutions. I find solutions.
Lovely, lovely. So, anything else that you would like to share with our viewers here?
So I would want to wish a lot of good luck and well-being to all your viewers, and Divya is doing excellent work. Connect with her, and we all have to promote and support each other
Absolutely.
to grow. But one thing for everybody who is watching, entrepreneurs, a lot of smart entrepreneurs, and you must be listening to, but everybody who's watching and who is wanting to convert a challenge into an opportunity. So look for inspiration. There is a lot of inspiration in everyone around us and everything around us. Just constantly engage and have the right kind of environment, first within yourself and then outside. And that will automatically foster your improvement and growth in life. Always stay away from things that bring you down or people who bring you down. I think this is
Absolutely.
very important.
Self-motivation is very important.
True.
True. Great. So, would you like to tell our viewers about where they can look you up? So, you mentioned that you are, people who can get through what Business Leadership League is all about, the website that you have, your YouTube channel.
Yes.
So, if you could please share with our viewers the handles towards it, so that people who want to go and see the entire how the process is and what is it that you exactly do apart from this interview, they want some more insights towards Business Leadership League. If you could please tell our viewers where can they look you up.
So we are very active on Business Leadership League. If you search, we are very active on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Our own website, which is www.bll.org.in. So there is a form, you can drop an inquiry and we will always get back to you. And apart from that, on our YouTube channel, you can go through a lot of events and what we do, but most importantly, through Indian business inspiration stories. There are around 50 videos. Go through these stories and amazing stories of entrepreneurs with very, very strong messages from each one of them. And I think that should create a lot of impact in your lives. And go through our YouTube stories and our website. The website also has these stories listed on it.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Shweta. Any departing message or any tip, one last tip that you would like to give our viewers?
I think there is so much to say when you think about what you want to say. But one message that I would want to stick to is that to be very clear in life, and that brings a lot of clarity in your communication. That makes you very committed because you know what you are committing. You know when to say a yes, when to say a no, and then you are able to that transparency comes. And if you really want to grow in life, your reputation or you being a transparent person is very, very important if you want to work with all stakeholders and earn their trust and respect.
Absolutely. Very, very well said. So, Shweta, thank you. It has been a pleasure having you on the show today and for all the insights that you have given and you told us, and the wonderful job that you're doing with Business Leadership League, getting so many organizations together on one platform and helping each other grow for that matter. It's not one person, I understand. When people collaborate, that's how they grow. So, you're doing a wonderful job over there.
Thank you. Thank you, Divya. And we always need the support of wonderful influencers and leaders who are constantly working at empowering ecosystems.
Absolutely.
We need your help. We need help of all your viewers. Connect with us. Let's work together. We'll find opportunities of making it work for each other.
Absolutely. And through networking is how one person grows. So networking is very, very important.
True.
Anybody starting your life in an entrepreneurial journey, it is very important that you meet new people, you understand their mindsets. Because once you start analyzing different people, that's how you start taking things on yourself and finding out solutions. Like Shweta rightly mentioned a while back, right? Once you are an entrepreneur, you have to be a problem solver yourself. You cannot just give up. You have to keep searching for solutions. And that only happens when you interact with so many different business entrepreneurs. You see the different kind of mindsets people have. So thank you so much, Shweta, for giving us such lovely insights and also for the tips that you gave our viewers. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Nice to be here. And actually, these are not tips, these are my experiences.
Absolutely. Great. So that was all with today with Swetapadma Mohanty, who is the founder of Business Leadership League. I keep bringing out stories of such inspiring different business entrepreneurs wherein they have literally done so much, have had seen different ups and downs in their personal lives, in their professional lives, and they have reached to a level where they are today. Not everybody is inherited with all the good things in life. So there are people who are really working hard to make their way up, and that's exactly the kind of stories I get to each one of you. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would request you to please subscribe to the channel and also click on the bell icon next to it so that every time that I have a new video coming up, you can get notified about it. If you have liked this video, I would request you to please click on the like button and share it with as many people as you can so that other people can also be inspired by such amazing journeys that we bring through this podcast. And if you are a returning subscriber to my channel, thank you so much for being here with me. Until I see you in my next video with a new entrepreneurial journey, with a new entrepreneur, stay tuned to my channel and keep waiting for more. Until then, keep smiling, keep shining.